Hi, Pain and Panthers. It's Mrs. Covarrubias. I have another book to share with you today. It is called Miss Smith Reads Again. And I know some of you remember that we've read some of these books before, but if you have never read any book from this series, Miss Smith is an amazing teacher. She's kind of like, if you know Magic School Bus, Mrs. Frizzle. She's kind of like that, except the books that she reads come to life. So the characters in the books that she reads about, they come to life. And so it's a really fun, imaginative story. So Miss Smith Reads Again is written by Michael Garland. It looks like he is not only the author, but the illustrator as well. And that's our main character there. He's the main character in her books. All right, here we go. School used to be humdrum and boring. Not anymore. Now that Miss Smith was his teacher, Zach looked forward to going every day. Each new day meant Miss Smith would read a different tale from her incredible storybook. This book was like no other. When she read from it, the classroom would change and the story would come alive. I wish that would happen when I read stories in the library. And when it was over, everything would whoosh back into the book. Miss Smith would always remind the class when she began to read, "Remember, class, don't interfere with the characters or you'll change the story and it won't end the way it should. The story has to end. Otherwise, it wouldn't go back into the book." One day, Miss Smith said, "Today we have a very special story. Arthur Conan Doyle's The Lost World." Based on this picture, what do you think the story is going to be about? See if you can guess. Zach was so excited because this story was about dinosaurs. I know a lot of you are dinosaur fans, and Zach loved dinosaurs too. As soon as Miss Smith started to read, the classroom began to change into the deepest, steamiest, most remote jungle of the Amazon. Then the class found themselves on a fallen tree that had bridged the gap between the outside world and the steep cliffs of the plateau that was called the Lost World. "Don't look down," Zach warned, as one by one they crossed over. Looks like there's some synergizing going on there, some teamwork down here at the end. And Zach is warning everyone. That's Zach right here. When they reached the other side, they could feel the air was different. They heard strange bellowing sounds echoing through the trees, and they saw some men off in the distance, threading their way through the prehistoric rainforest. Two of them wore khaki suits and helmets and carried backpacks. "Who are they?" asked Sue Ann. "They're dinosaur hunting explorers," answered Miss Smith. "Remember, don't bother them because you'll change the story and it may not end the way that it should." So those are the two explorers right here. Ooh, what do you guys see? Can you see there? Who's looking at you? They followed along until they came close enough to hear the two explorers arguing. Miss Smith and the class hid in the bushes and listened. "Professor Challenger, it is impossible for dinosaurs to still exist. There is simply no evidence," said the tall explorer. "Professor Summerlee, I beg to disagree," answered the short one. As Challenger and Summerlee continued their heated debate, a huge Tyrannosaurus Rex stole up behind them. Zach's eyes stared at the jagged fangs of the T-Rex. But before Miss Smith could stop him, Zach screamed, "Look out behind you!" Uh-oh. What did Zach do wrong? Did he interfere? That's what Miss Smith told them not to do. Both explorers turned. Then Professor Challenger snatched Summerlee away just before the Tyrannosaurus Rex pounced on the pair of them. Ooh, scary. "Run!" yelled Miss Smith as the class scattered in every direction. "Do you need any more evidence, Professor Summerlee?" asked Zach as they looked for a place to hide. Zach knew that Tyrannosaurus was very nearsighted. That means that he could see up close, but not so much far away. So they ducked into some bushes, and the king of the dinosaurs raced off without eating anyone. Whew. Luckily, the professors, Zach and the rest of the class, managed to escape the T-Rex and find one another, but Miss Smith was nowhere to be seen. "Where is Miss Smith?" asked Sue Ann. "I don't see her anywhere." Just then, another dinosaur came into view. Some of the kids got ready to run away again, but Zach told them, "Do you know what kind of dinosaur this is?" "I know some of you know it. You can say it out loud before I tell you." Zach told them, "Don't worry, that's a Stegosaurus. They're herbivores. Stegosaurs only eat vegetation, so they're harmless, just like big cows." Ooh, that would be a really big cow. How many kids are on top of there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's bigger than your average cow, that's for sure. "We need to find Miss Smith right now. Maybe she's in danger. Don't forget, she has to finish reading the story," Zach told the class. "Look," said Sue Ann, "footprints. Let's follow them." It was easy for the class to follow Miss Smith's trail because her sneakers left very distinctive footprints in the mud. They followed the tracks for a short distance until suddenly they disappeared. "Help! Help!" came a faint voice from high above them. Wow, I'm seeing a lot more dinosaurs in these pictures. I know some of you probably know the names of them. There's some down here. It was Miss Smith. She was trapped in a pterodactyl's nest on a tree branch hanging way out over a steep ravine. The flying dinosaur must have snatched her up and put her in the nest. There she is. All the kids are down there looking up at her. A ravine is like a deep gully or a deep side of a mountain. "We have to save her," everyone cried. "I have a plan," said Zach. He quickly told the class what to do. They broke off branches and some of them climbed the tree. When they reached the nest, they thrashed their leafy weapons around until they scared the pterodactyl away. Miss Smith collected herself and carefully climbed out of the nest and down the tree. Great thinking, kids. "Thank you, class. You saved me," Miss Smith said. "Now I think it's time we finish reading this story and go back to our classroom." She started reading, and by the time she got to the last line, the dinosaurs, the explorers, and the lost world had gone back into the book, and their classroom had returned to normal. Whew. Everything from the story had returned into the book except for one thing. There's always one thing at the end of Miss Smith books. Somehow Zach was able to hold on to the pterodactyl egg. The class crowded around the egg for a closer look. Then they heard it, a tiny scratching sound, then a louder tapping, and then an even louder cracking, then screech! The little flying reptile burst from its shell and flapped around the room over their heads. Before they could close their open mouths, the baby pterodactyl flew out of the window and off into the sky. Oh boy. As Zach watched the winged creature soar off into the clouds, he couldn't help but think of all the wonderful places reading Miss Smith's incredible storybook had taken them. I wonder what tomorrow's story will be. The end. Hope you enjoyed that one. We'll see you soon.